What's up?
What's the deal,
M.S.M?
That's on purpose.
Okay, come on.
You did that on purpose. What's the deal, M.S.M?
Is it what's the deal or what's up?
We just can't get right.
What's the deal, M.S.M Mafia?
It's Monica,
Martia.
And Sharnice.
and today on our second Girl Talk, we are talking about mental health.
Mental health. So let's start off with everybody give their definition of mental health. Mental health to me is having a good mindset, being able to handle whatever life throws at you, and just being in a good place, period.
I feel like mental health is like having real joy and happiness in your heart, thinking nothing but positive thoughts and just being a positive person and having so much energy and just full of life.
I guess mine would be having a good like your mind being at a good well-being. Like your mindset gotta be intact. You gotta be. I mean, it's all about the mental. That's what mental health is to me. Like having a good mindset, your mindset on track.
Yeah. And then honestly, like I feel like mental health is really big because if your mental not right, then you not right as a person.
Right.
And nobody's gonna wanna be around you also. And then like nothing is gonna be right in life. Like nothing is gonna be right if your mental not right. You have to make sure your mental is right for you to even like be in school. For us to be in college, our mental have to be right. It's hard to focus in class and you got so many things going on in your head, negative thoughts. If your mental not right, you're not gonna succeed in nothing that you do.
No, that is true. And it's crazy because a lot of people suffer from mental health. And sometimes they don't even know that they're suffering from it. So,
and then I feel like a lot of people is embarrassed to say my mental is not right.
I feel like you should not. For people that do feel embarrassed, there's no need to feel embarrassed. Like, we all fall off track. We all have to do something that's meaningful for our mental health.
No, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Do y'all feel like black men is embarrassed to say that you're not healthy mentally?
I don't think it's just black men. I think the black African American community do not take mental health seriously. They want to use smoking and drinking instead of going to counseling. They think it's a taboo in the black community about mental health, about counseling. I think it's just black people, period, not just black men.
I just saw it on social media the other day how the black community doesn't take mental health seriously at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mind-blowing to me. Like, if I feel like my mental is off, I have no problem speaking up, saying like, okay, I need a moment. I need a day to myself. I need to cut off my phone for a couple hours. Because if your mental not in the right spot, like you said, like nothing is gonna flow right.
And then honestly, I was thinking the other day, like on so many TV shows or even movies, you see black moms, and then their child will be like, "I want to go speak to someone," and the family make fun of them. Oh, I ain't speaking to no shrink, or you don't got to do that. So
ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with you. I feel like growing up, like watching movies like that and TV shows like that, in the back of my head, going to speak to someone was the last thing that I should do. Because I feel like they just made it like not like you shouldn't go do that, something you shouldn't do.
Like just deal with it on your own.
Yeah.
Honestly, now I'm sitting here thinking, that's why I'm like not looking, because I'm thinking I honestly answered that question wrong. Because I thought about when you said what is mental health, I'm thinking about like what the stuff I do personally to have a good mental health. I think mental health is not having your physiological and emotional well-being intact. That's what mental health is to me. It's not having that stuff intact. So I answered that wrong. I was sitting here thinking about it this whole time. But yeah, that's what I think mental health is, not having it intact. And how do you... A solution to good mental health is getting that stuff intact.
Yeah. I would
Definitely.
Like I said, mental health is very... And it's something like nobody freaking talks about. Mental health can be you going through anxiety. I went through anxiety. I was just being depressed, not talking to nobody, like just wanting to just be in my room all day, watch TV, eating a lot. Like, my mental was bad a few years ago.
What made you feel like that?
What?
Depressed and not eating.
What made me feel like that was because, like, I had just got out of a, like, toxic relationship, and that was so draining just mentally. That, oh my God, it was so draining. I literally didn't even have time for myself. And the little time that I had, I gave it to my friends. So I had no energy at all for myself. I literally didn't have, like I said, no time for myself. So when I got out of it, I was still drained. So I had to make sure I had to get my mental together, honestly. And, like, being around a lot of love and support, and I was with my family, like, that helped me so much. That put a lot of joy in my heart.
Right. The two things I was about to say was definitely support. You definitely need a good support system.
Yeah.
It can be friends, it can be family, it can be your boyfriend, your girlfriend. As long as you have somebody to lean on, that's so major. And I was going to ask you, do y'all feel like there's so many, like, the suicide rate is so high because of mental health? Because people suffer from depression or just anything? Like, in your opinion.
My personal opinion, I think the suicide rate is so high because of bullying, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like cyberbullying and bullying is, like, the number one reason why the suicide rate is so high, which that leads to the mental health being out of whack. Because now they're falling into depression, now they're not feeling loved, now it's just all these emotions that they feeling that they're not expressing to no one. So people that commit suicide usually not telling nobody what's going on in their life. Especially little kids, they're not telling nobody so they can get the help.
Right.
And then you got the families that don't believe in counseling or therapy, then it's like, not what you're not doing nothing for your kid.
Right.
So I feel like that's like the number one for me personally. That's my thing.
No.
And speaking of trauma messes up your mental health. Not even if your parents is beating you too much, or maybe you experience a traumatic experience, and that messes up your mental health in a big way.
And I feel like that's the main problem is when we go through something that's traumatic or painful or hurt, we try to find all these things to barricade the pain inside of us. But the only way to really get through is going through your problems, going through the hurt, going through the pain, going through all that stuff so you can get your mental right. Because if you're just drinking every day, smoking every day, you just put it on top, and one day it's going to explode, and there ain't going to be no control over it.
Have to step back and realize, okay, what is going on.
Yeah.
And to have a good, that comes back to a support system, even if it's friends. That's why friendships are so important to me, because if I don't have anyone to talk to, like, maybe I need to lean on my girls to vent.
And I feel like that all come back to what Monica said. Like, she wasn't, like, saying nothing like, oh, this made me feel this way, let's go get a bottle. It's like you have to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're not real and confront, like somebody that's alcoholic, if they don't say they're alcoholic, they never gonna get into recovery. They're never gonna stop drinking. If you don't say he is hurting me, what he do when he cheated on me, that hurt my feelings. You just gonna be like, you gonna just keep letting it happen because you're not confronting yourself. You're not checking yourself. Yeah. Like, oh, let me go confront him because that wasn't cool. That's not what I'm gonna stand for. I'm worth more than that.
Because it was getting to a point where, like, I was in a deep situation one night, really deep situation that would tear any young lady apart. And I left, went to my dorm. I was folding clothes, watching a movie, laughing and chilling with my friends like nothing even happened. So I feel like I had numbed myself so much and my feelings so much to the point I didn't even handle that situation. I don't think I cried till maybe like a month later.
And that can be so dangerous because trying to hold so much stuff in and bury it on top of other stuff, on top of school or friendship problems, family problems, you're going to explode.
Yeah. One day you're going to explode. One day, like, it takes that one trigger and you're going to explode. And that's what I'm saying. Like, on top of that, I was going through, you go through a lot more other things also. It wasn't just him.
Yeah.
It was my first year of college being away from my family. You got to go through that too.
Right. I think like the older I get, because when I was younger, I never really, I don't want to say cared about mental health, but I don't know, it just was never brought up to me. But now, since I am getting older, mental health is so important to me. My energy is so important to me. The people around me are so important to me. If you don't have the same mindset, or if you're just being, it's a difference if you're just being negative all the time and never have nothing positive to say. I don't want you around me. But if you're going through something, yes, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to help you, because that's so important. I want someone to help me.
Yeah. You got to transform your mind too. Think positive, even in the worst situations.
And that's hard.
It's sometimes so hard.
It's really hard.
Nobody like a negative person.
Yeah.
Nobody. And you're going to tear yourself down so bad, it's going to be hard to get back up. So even in the worst situations, that's like the first step to getting your mental right is changing your mind to think positively.
Yes.
You have to. That's like number one.
You're in a situation where you do have your friend, her energy is off, she just not turning up with y'all. And you like, she just need to go home. But what if she go home and hurt herself?
That is true too.
I feel like as your friend, that's your duty to try to get her out of that mood. It's your duty to try to be there for her, make her smile. Like in relationships too, it's like that's what friendships are for us to be there when you down and help you get back up. Like if she's sad, I'm gonna keep dancing and rapping in her face. I'm just gonna I'm gonna throw my energy on her. And my energy gonna weigh on her so heavy, she's not gonna be sitting there, okay? Right. I can't tell you one friend that be still sitting there, everybody having fun, and you putting all that positive energy, that hype, all that love that you giving her.
Right. Eventually she gonna, get up and...
Eventually, nobody, maybe she don't want to be home and be in her misery, be in her own sorrow. She want to be around people that love her. And of course she gonna still be sad. Of course she gonna still be down. But I'm around the people that I love. I'm around my friends.
She don't know that that's the vibe y'all getting from her. Because she's so focused. She's so in tune with her own self.
Now, what would y'all do if one of your friends suffered from like mental illness?
The best thing I can do, of course, educate myself on what type of illness they did suffer from.
Yeah.
And be there for them through thick and thin.
Yeah.
I don't care if they trying to push me away, saying leave me alone. No, I'm here for you. I want to express that I'm here. Because I don't want nothing to happen to you. You need to express how much you care about this person. Even on a daily basis. And if you like, I don't feel like saying I love you. I don't feel like I'm getting tired of doing this. That's just not right. No.
And I don't let up easy. So you be like, oh my gosh, she is annoying.
Right. I don't care.
I do not care. Like your mental is so important to me. That's why I want to mental health advocacy. That's why I'm in a clinical mental health program, because that's like major for me, because I have people close to me that suffer from mental illness. I have people close to me that wanted to take their life, and I don't like taking life for granted. I don't want the people around me to take life for granted. So that's like, I'm just gonna put so much love on that person.
Yeah.
Especially for like young girls that's like middle school, entering high school, and they got the boy phase and they letting you talking to him, you see him talking to another girl, so you just think your whole world's falling apart. And I feel like girls really try to hurt themselves or getting bullied. And it's like, you're so much stronger than this. Like, don't let this little one thing. In 5 years, you're not even going to think about the boy.
Yeah.
You're not even going to. And for the ones that's contemplating on committing suicide, if there's one thing I can say is choose life every time.
Yeah.
Choose life.
Pain is temporary.
Pain is temporary. It don't last long.
It don't. And it's crazy because when you in that moment of being hurt, you think your world is falling apart.
Like it's just over. It's done. It's
and it's not.
It's just the beginning.
Yes.
It's just the beginning of what you got to go through. Yes. So I got a question. What do y'all do if your spouse... What do you do if your spouse has mental illnesses? How do you help them? What can you do?
I feel like it comes back to like the friend situation. You have to educate yourself on what their illness is, and maybe when you educate yourself, you can approach it differently.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say this about myself that I really think I need to work on, because, like I said,
health is so so important that you cannot let up, because everybody have their own time frames. What if their situation was more traumatic than yours?
Yeah.
What if it's some details they cannot even voice because it was that bad? So I feel like I'm not gonna leave this earth and I'm be like, I did everything I could for this person. Like the doctors tell you, we did everything we could when they working on your family member. I did everything I could. And that's it. Like I cannot give up. I don't care if it takes you 10 years. Me personally, I'm not gonna give up.
But for your question, when you said having a boyfriend that's suffering from mental illness, like I said, like it really goes back to having a friend that's suffering from mental illness. I just can't let up, because obviously you got a tighter relationship with your boyfriend than your friend. So it's like with me and my boyfriend, we are combined. We are one. We are intertwined. I am in tune with him, and he is in tune with me. Whatever he is feeling, I'm feeling.
But so, one thing about that, since we're dealing with men, they do handle things differently from a female.
They do.
So I feel like approach is so important. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. Approach is so important when you're dealing with.
I feel like sometimes you can't be all soft and sentimental.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like leave notes in the morning. Leave a note that's gonna make him smile. Leave a note in his lunchbox that's gonna make him smile. You know, like leave a note in the car when he get in the car that's gonna make him smile. Or let him find a note when he coming home. Leave a note when he wakes up that's gonna make him smile. You know, you could just do things like that. You don't have to sit there and have a heart-to-heart conversation with him every time. Or she every time.
One thing I said I wanted to do, I feel like it'll help my mental health and it'll help another person, is do something nice every day. If you see somebody walking past, oh, you're beautiful. You never know. This is my biggest thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You never know what someone else is going through. I don't know what you're going through on a daily basis, or I don't know what you're going through on a daily basis. Say something positive. Me saying you're beautiful, that can change your whole day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, you never know. Don't sit there and try to talk about somebody or why she got on them shoes or why she got on that. Like, you just never know. You don't know somebody's situation.
You don't. I know one time I went out and the person, when I was leaving out and they didn't like my clothes. And I was just sad. Like, I'm like, dang, should I change? Like, I don't look cute? Mm. The whole night, so many people was telling me, I like how you put that outfit together. Oh, I like that. And I was like, dang, like, I'm happy I didn't change.
Mm-hmm. Ain't it crazy how, it's so crazy about this. 1,000 people can say you're beautiful. But if that one person, like, say something negative, why do people tend? Yeah. I have that problem, and I'm trying to work on it. 1,000 people can tell me something, but it's like if I hear that one negative comment, it's going to stick in my head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why? Why, Marcia? Why? Yeah. And I was about to say how we were talking about how people go to counseling. I hate when you go to counseling and the first thing the therapist try to do is offer medication instead of listening.
You think so?
Yeah, that is true.
You think so?
Yes.
Why?
Because I definitely experienced that on hand.
Why do you think that's a bad thing they offer medication?
How can you offer medication so that they haven't diagnosed yet? And then you offer somebody something that you don't know that they need?
And medication isn't always the right route.
Oh, but like when they put their kids on Ritalin. Your baby don't need no Ritalin. He good.
Yeah, you can't describe somebody something that you don't even know what they've been through.
Like,
what if they need to just vent?
Yes.
What if they have never spoken of this stuff to nobody? And I feel like as a counselor, and since I'm taking these classes and I'm learning this stuff, is sometimes people just want somebody that they know will never share because we can't share the information unless they're in harm to themselves or somebody else.
Right.
So they want this person that they know will never speak of their stuff, will never throw it in their face, will never judge them, and they listening to understand them, not listening to respond to them.
Yes, and that is key to life in certain situations. Key.
Oh, I got this quote, this domestic violence quote, and it say, like the last few sentences say, if you want to respond to me, then you have failed me as your friend. Because I'm not talking to you for a response. I'm talking to you to just get it off my chest. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, if somebody say, oh, I want your advice, then you know, okay, they waiting for a response.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just like, okay, I hear what you're saying. They just want to, they just want to vent. So I feel like a counselor cannot just come in there and say, I'm prescribing some depression pills. You can't do that because you don't know that I'm depressed.
Right.
They have to listen and understand you, understand your history, understand your culture.
Yeah.
To want to prescribe you something. So no, I don't think they can't just prescribe you on the first day.
Yeah.
The second day, they can't just prescribe you something.
Oh, I wouldn't say the first day, no.
Unless you can't sleep at night, you tell them I cannot sleep at night. Prescribe me something so I can get a good night rest.
Yeah.
Unless I come in there telling you that, and then you still have to let me talk.
Right. That's why I was a little mind blown. Like, what?
No.
Especially for somebody. That's what I say. Especially for somebody that's not educated, and they be like, okay. They don't have their parents or somebody, so they're just like, okay, I'm just gonna take it and get addicted to pills or certain medications.
No, addictions is serious.
Yeah,
serious.
And back to the about when you need a friend, like, just to listen. I feel like it's important to express, like, I'm here for you. You're safe. This is a safe place.
Yeah.
That's why some people be kind of scared to, vent or say certain things or do certain things. They don't know how you what response I'm gonna get back.
Yeah,
you have to be able to talk to somebody because your mental not gonna be right holding that in,
holding all that stuff in. I don't want your other friends knowing my business that I ain't even friends with.
Right?
Yeah.
Or even if I am friends with them, if I told you,
I'm telling you for a reason.
Don't go back and tell somebody else what I told you. And I'm like, that's key. People don't understand that. Oh, that's your friend too. Why can't I tell them?
No.
If I wanted to tell them, I would have.
I would set both of y'all down.
Because everybody don't have the same mindset, the same vibe, the same energy, the same thoughts. Like, no. What I tell you, this person might be like, what?
Yeah,
like,
why she do that?
Yeah.
No.
I don't need that type of judgment.
I don't need it.
Well, all right, guys. This was our mental health conversation. I hope you guys learned so much. And if you want us to talk about more topics, please comment because we can get very, very deep.